Hey everybody, today's words to live by are: when we lose the ability to celebrate human achievement, we also diminish our own ability to dream, imagine, and appreciate ourselves. Those are words that I put together years ago, and basically it means this: if you can't celebrate someone else's win, you shrink your own capacity to dream. So it sounds a little counterintuitive, but it's so important in today's world, especially. And I think it's where a lot of people have lost their way. It's when we lose the ability to celebrate human achievement writ large. And so I think some people think that other people's achievements are bad and it makes them look bad in comparison. And it's just not true. Appreciation of others expands our own imagination. And in contrast, when you can't appreciate others or you wish to tear down their success, you immediately put a ceiling on what you can do. There's a cap, it becomes finite. So here's what I know, because achieving things isn't a problem that I've had in my life. And it's not, I don't say that arrogantly, because there are other areas of humanness, I'm sure, that I fall short of, but setting a goal and achieving it is something I know about. And so I can remember one of the hardest things that I ever sought to do was when I was getting ready to climb and mountaineer up Mount Washington in New Hampshire during the winter. And there were 79-mile-per-hour winds and a driving snowstorm. And I was there. I showed up there to begin with because of how much appreciation and inspiration I had for other climbers who did much harder peaks like Everest. And so I've done a lot of reading and a lot of studying and watching videos on YouTube. And I sort of had this really deep appreciation for climbers who do really hard peaks, and especially in conditions that were less than optimal. And so sure enough, that day I showed up in New Hampshire and it was, snow that was a couple feet deep, and it was coming down sideways, and the winds were clocked at 79 miles per hour, and it was really hard. And so it was because I was in awe of what I knew other climbers had accomplished that I was then able to, in my mind, go, I can do that too. Like, I can climb my own sort of Everest, even though it was much smaller, shorter peak, but it was pretty difficult for me. And it was something that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And so if I had had a different attitude, like disdain for people who had accomplished greater things than I was trying to accomplish, I never would have been in my own position to do something that for me was cool. And so I think the point is this, celebrating human achievement isn't just kindness, it's actually vision. It's when we honor greatness in others, we then strengthen our own capacity to imagine what's possible. So if I were to sort of break this all down and leave you with a short takeaway, it's always this: cheer for others, because it fuels your own dreams and your own capacity for what you can do. So I hope you enjoyed this short reflection, and if you did, please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon.